they're telling people they can do whatever they want.
So, yeah. So I'm a work in progress. Initially, it used to make me really angry. It would make me frustrated. And I would get into long, drawn out arguments with people online, trying to put them in their place. And then I realized, like you said basically earlier, that they are no match. They're no match for me. They're no match for what I know, for who I walk with. They're no match for us. So, and so this is something that I don't know if you guys will grasp, but I'm just going to put it out here. The fact that you have people reaching across traditional lines and DNA lines, even when it concerns Europeans, they are putting themselves in a position of weakness. Because they have perfectly good deity that they could be calling on and that they could be working with and that could be helping them in their lives. But the powers that be would prefer to have us all discombobulated, would prefer to have us all, in a weakened state. So evil crosses racial lines. And we are all being victimized. But I'm not concerned with them. I'm concerned with us. Okay. And so how it makes me feel like you guys go ahead and try to tap in and do whatever it is that you're trying to do. You don't have DNA authorization. You can't do what I do. I'm more powerful, more beautiful, and every other superlative that exists in comparison. Go ahead and do what you do. And I'm going to be over here gathering my forces and empowering and strengthening my troops.
I would definitely say I'm someone who's primarily focused on Black solidarity, and I'm not said it in the chat, pirating melanin for power. Mm-hmm. I'm not really worried about you pirating.
It won't work.
Because one thing I know for sure, i.e. Bobo, is that us Haitians, we don't give real initiations to foreigners. Mm-hmm. And that can be a foreigner based on your nationality, and it's definitely you're a foreigner if it's based on race and kinship. However you want to put it, but we don't give real initiations. And
that's the thing that a lot of people need to realize. These babalawos
we setting you up for the fail just in case. We do have to go to spiritual war. You try to call on Barone, bitch.
Good luck. Mm-hmm. They done taught you two verses of 256. In the case of Ifa, these African babalawos they love to take your white money. Buy your ticket and fly to Nigeria right now and get your initiation, and you are going to get what you pay for, because the truth is that this is priceless. And the truth is that your ancestors already paid it for you if you are melanated. And the truth is that you have access to this knowledge and can tap into it with or without. Go ahead.
What you say?
I said, Ori Oshun.
Translate.
It's just like, big up Oshun.
Oh, I see. Well, I cannot with you. Hold on. Let me get this other question out. Okay, so let's talk about some of the ways in which serving your ancestors has benefited you financially.
I don't even know where to start. I mean, like I said, I work for myself completely. I have several businesses. I have many different streams of income. I own real estate. I have investments. I am completely taken care of, and it is because of my ancestors. Absolutely. I became an entrepreneur prior to doing heavy ancestral work, but I was already answering the call even as I did that. Even my exodus from corporate America, now that I know what I know now, was a function of the ancestors. And I was just hearing and listening and moving my feet, and they were laying the path out for me. Mm-hmm. I have an international lifestyle. Those of you who know me know that it's wheels up all the time. I do what I want to do, and that's because of my ancestors.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can say for me that financially, I wouldn't say that they turned anything around. I would say they multiplied what was already there.
Yep.
It was a multiplication. Mm-hmm. I didn't ask for this.
I know.
I didn't ask for this.
You didn't.
And I would love to say that I work for myself, but unfortunately, I'm still employed by a college. and I have to stay employed, I didn't ask for this. I've been a professor since I was 23. I didn't ask for that.
But even that, it's because they're weaponizing you. That's the reason
it was
why
for the ancestors.
Exactly.
I'm
and we've done readings that your ancestors, they love the fact that you're a professor.
Yes. According to, and even when I was in Haiti, my godfather, you cannot leave the job because your presence in front of the students, just your presence alone is important. It inspires them. So you cannot leave. The Lord will not let you. And she knows last year I didn't even submit my I didn't submit my job evaluation. They gave me my hiring contract the same day. It's going to be the same thing. I'm still on the books. Haven't submitted my evaluation. They will not fire me. I have tried to
the ancestors need you there.
Exactly. They will keep me in that spot. But that is the conditions of my lifestyle
have changed dramatically.
But they change because of my ancestors. The protection that I have provision. I have financial security.
Absolutely.
I have multiple streams of income. I got the YouTube, I got the Patreon, I have the readings. I haven't hurt for money in a long ass time. Since I was like in high school. But that's all to say that abundance is
it's our birthright.
It's a birthright.
It's a birthright.
Everybody, yeah. Hello everyone, and thank you all for tuning into Black Spectrum Network.
If you're interested in learning how to work with your ancestors, book the Ancestral Life Path reading.
Visit www.blackspectrumnetwork.com to book your reading with one of us. Greetings, I am Reverend Priestess Osun Funke. I would like to invite you personally to book an Ancestral Life Path reading with me. If you're interested in learning how to work with your ancestors, how to make appropriate offerings, or how to set up your ancestor altar, I can help you. Please visit www.blackspectrumnetwork.com.
Yeah, it's a birthright, but not everybody has access to it. Just like everybody has, everybody's got freedom of speech, but some bitches is in jail. So abundance is reserved to the mighty and the strong. That's how I put it.
Right.
And because abundance is a mindset, is one that is most easily accessed when you're practicing African spirituality, because part of practicing African spirituality is that when you are a melanated person, you have financial and philosophical freedom.
And the Bible says the meek shall inherit the earth, and that's because y'all will get what's left after we're done with it.
The early bird gets the worm, but that's only because the hare was there first to eat the carcass. It was, and the night owl before was picking
the night before. Shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm a firm believer in that. But no, I can the thing that I really do want to say is that the fact that I can just conjure money. Or get money whenever I need it, whenever, and just be like, look, I need some money. How's this gonna come through? And then there's something that I can do, say, or pray, and then it just comes.
Yeah, it's magic.
To command energy.
It's magic.
It's amazing.
Yes, it's amazing.
I had always, as a kid, I wanted to live this world where it was more like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but it had the ability to Sabrina the Teenage Witch. And I was like, how do you command the forces of the universe? How can I do this? Growing up in Yazoo City, Mississippi for a small point in time in my life, I was fascinated with the legend of the Witch of Yazoo City, where when they said they burned her body and buried her, she said, this town is going to burn down on this particular day. And then the entire city of Yazoo City burned down. I searched all through the libraries of Yazoo City. Because it's only one library, but I searched all through that library trying to find her spell book at 7 years old. Never could find it, but found these biographies about her. And in doing so, I said I wanted to live this lifestyle where I could control the universe, predict the future. And I was like, this may never happen for me. And there was this guy named Scotty. He said, I have the Witch of Yazoo City spell book. This motherfucker brought me a damn Disney book that had the motherfucking genie from Aladdin in the bitch and shit. I was mad as fuck, Dava. Okay. I can't explain to you how mad I was. But then, one day, I called this woman in Atlanta, and she told me everything that I needed to know about myself, told me to work with my ancestors, and life started to look a lot
different.
Like
you started
X-Men.
manifesting from that point. That point. Just knowing that you could, all you needed was someone to give you permission to tap in and to tell you that it was possible. And you guys who have had readings with me know that that is what I do. I speak life into you guys. I let you know that you can change whatever your situation is. And I give you the tools to do it. And I'm in the trenches with you. Just knowing that we have the ability to change our reality is sometimes all it takes. And then you add to that your ancestors who are just waiting for you to wake them up. They're just waiting for you to call them into your life. They're just waiting for a cool glass of water. You know, it's you guys. I hope that you hear me. I hope that you hear us. I hope that, this video lives on and you and people listen to it and watch it, and they're able to understand that the only thing keeping you from the life of your dreams is you. White people actually don't have any power over us. We've given them our power. Do you know that if Black people were a nation, we would be the 6th wealthiest nation in the world? Just let that shit sink in. And y'all are buying nonsense and not spending your money with each other. And we're not pooling our resources together, and we're not buying land and building our own communities and sending our children to school for trades that will benefit us as a community. And we're not supporting each other. The only power they have is the power that we give them. And it's been that way since the beginning, because even on those slave ships, we outnumbered them 4-1, sometimes more than that. My God.
But how does something as ferocious and as powerful and as deadly as a
ferocious?
lion?
Ogun is ferocious. You know who's ferocious? Shango is ferocious. You know who's ferocious? Oya is ferocious. Oshun is ferocious. I'm fucking ferocious.
But how does something as ferocious and as powerful as a lion get tamed by a circusman?
Well, witchcraft.
Yeah.
Witchcraft. Honestly. Witchcraft. Malcolm X called the Pope a cracker in a dress. We have to start calling things what they are. We have to start taking away the power that we have given them over hundreds of years, over the course of slavery, over the course of disenfranchisement, okay? Understand that if you take a baby elephant and you tie a string to his hind leg and you put a stake in the ground, if he pulls his foot a couple of times and realizes that he can't go anywhere, he'll stop trying. So by the time that baby elephant is a juvenile or even an adult capable of knocking down a wall, he's going to look at that string tied to his leg and think that he can't go anywhere.
Because the elephant has been taught to forget who it is.
And exactly.
The only way that you can reclaim anything that's been entitled to you is for you to remember who you are. Because, bitch, if you don't remember who you are, then you don't know what's entitled to you.
And you're nobody.
You're probably too illiterate to even read your original name.
Thank you.
Because they called you Toby when you was really Kunta.
Right. I don't give power to those thought forms. You know what I'm saying? I don't give power to the idea.
You don't give power to those thought forms or to those thoughtful beings.
Both.
Okay.
Both.
Mm-hmm.
Both.
For us.
Nobody has power over us but the Most High God. Nobody has power over us. That's the thing. We're pieces of divinity. We're pieces of God. We can experience, have, do, and be whatever we choose to be. It's only because of the agreements that we make with each other that we are even subject to law. Really? Law is just an agreement.
What agreement? The agreements that I made were that if I saw evil, that I would use evil to take down evil. That if I saw an injustice, that I would do something unjust to take out the person that was committing the injustice. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I like African spirituality, because it's not about turning the other cheek, motherfucker. It's about, bitch, you are fucking with me. You are feeling entitled to resources that were mine, that were my ancestors. And that
don't belong to you, absolutely.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that negotiating at a table or participating in a democratic system is going to get those things back. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to do unjust things to you to bring about justice and get my shit. Mm-hmm. Because there should be no middleman between you and my resources. It should be me and then my loa that give me my resources. But somehow you're in the middle of this. You're just interfering. We just got to eliminate the problem.
Let me give you guys an example of what I mean by witchcraft. You asked me, how does someone tame a lion, right? Someone weaker. What did you say? It was something to that effect.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah.
So we spoke in a previous segment about, or maybe it was even this one, about manifest destiny and what happened when the Europeans decided that they would have this land at whatever cost, right? And and you guys can read about this. I wish I had one particular source to point you to, but whatever. There were a number of treaties.
So fuel my fire, take me higher, I'll be your liar too. 'Cause when we're here, there's nothing better than the skyline.